Alright guys, so some do's and don'ts to crocheting. Whether you're crocheting your hair, which means that you are braiding your hair down and actually attaching the hair, the synthetic hair, onto your hair with one of these crochet needles, or you are actually making a wig like I did. These are some things that I think everybody should know because it makes life a little easier. So the first tip for crocheting is to prepare your hair. Moisturize your hair underneath the fake hair in a way to sustain it for a minute. You won't be able to get to your hair like you want to for at least maybe 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how long you keep this in. So moisturize your hair really thoroughly throughout the washing, conditioning, and setting process. So when I do my hair and actually crochet hair into my hair, I will add olive oil, coconut oil, and grapeseed oil into my actual shampoo and conditioner. I also make sure that my synthetic hair is well moisturized as well before I put it into my hair. So this is mainly for when you're crocheting hair onto your braids. I will spray my hair down or coat my hair, the synthetic hair, with some type of moisturizing agent before I actually apply it to my hair. So when I do this style and I do it on just my braids and I crochet hair in, I will saturate the hair in an oil and water mixture for a period of time, let dry, and then I'll put it on curl rods and curl it while dipping it in hot water before I even apply it to my hair. This allows your hair not to dry out by the synthetic hair sucking all the moisture out of your hair. So my second tip is to follow the natural separations in the synthetic hair. In the back of my hair, anytime I crochet hair in, I'm going to take basically the whole piece as it is. So this hair that I have in my hair comes like this. It's called a soft dread. So in the back of my hair, I will crochet this whole piece in, and after I crochet it in and apply it to my hair, then I'll separate. In the front though, because I want a little bit more volume, I'll separate before I crochet in. So this hair is a really good kind of hair. Not all hair, as I have crocheted several of my nieces and my godchild's hair. It's not created all equal. So I'll show you the brand that I have. This Urban Soft Dread by Equal, Free Tress Equal, the luxury integration. So to me, I found this hair to be the best out of all the hair that I've used because it's easier to separate. And what I mean by that is when I unravel this hair, as you can see, I'm twisting in the opposite direction. It already clumps together into 3 sections that I can easily unravel. And so when I apply the hair to the front section of my hair, I use these individual strands or tendrils to do so. Now, even after I get the hair into my hair or on my wig cap, I actually will separate these tendrils even further. So that's what I mean about following the natural separation of the hair. The same thing goes for the Marley hair. There are natural separations in that Marley hair that you can use while you're crocheting your hair. It'll come in a large bundle, but in that large bundle will be separate little tendrils. And you take those, and when you're doing your curls on your rods and things like that, it's easier to use that whole tendril as a section and then later on separate as desired once you've applied it to your hair or the wig cap. The third tip I will have for you is do not tackle all of this in one day. And what I mean by that is this crop takes too long. Like this wig, because I didn't really need it necessarily, I took about a week to do it because after I had gotten all the hair crocheted onto the wig cap, separating it and cutting it to style, it was a process. Like you didn't want to cut too much. You wanted to make sure the shape was there, the shape that you wanted. And so, you know, don't try to tackle this all in one day. If you're actually crocheting hair onto your braids, I would say braid your hair the day before, which means that you have to wash it, condition, and prep it the day before and braid it that day. And then after you've gotten your hair, the synthetic hair that you're actually gonna add on prepped, then apply it the next day onto your hair. It is a very lengthy process. If you're gonna do this with Marley hair especially, and you're gonna apply the Marley hair straight onto your crochet braids before you even curl it, that process to me was ridiculous. It took forever. I am not a cosmetologist. I did not go to school for hair. So just for the common person, too long of a process. So my number one tip out of everything, like I said before, is to curl the hair ahead of time if you're using the Marley hair, or buy hair that's already curled and cut that totally out of the process like I did. And that's my fourth tip. Buy hair that is already curled. It makes your life so much easier. It will curl, it will hold the curl longer. You don't have to worry about re-curling it like you do for the Marley hair. I know a lot of people that have done the crochet braids in their hair with the Marley hair. Somewhere in the process of their hair getting older, they've had to re-curl that hair. And that is a lot of work. Like, you have to find those same tendrils again and re-curl them, re-wrap them in the rods, re-wrap them on the flexi rods or whatever. And so that just takes too much time for me. So like I said, this second time around on my head, I actually just bought curly hair. And that made it so much easier. My fifth tip with crocheting would be to moisturize your hair daily. So whatever way it is, whether it's on a wig cap, whether the hair is crocheted onto your actual braids, you need to get in there and moisturize your hair. You can use an applicator bottle and put some oil in it and kind of just run it in between the hair and in the braids, and kind of take your finger, the soft parts of your fingertips, and kind of massage it in. I found that to work fairly effectively. I first took my aloe moisturizing spray that already has a lot of oils in it and sprayed that throughout my hair. And then I would take maybe some extra oil around the edges or perimeter of my hair and kind of massage that in with my fingers. My sixth tip to you would be to when removing the hair, and this is more for when you're crocheting onto your actual braided hair, to be very sensitive to the hair that you're cutting. The longer that the hair stays in your head, the more likely that your hair has frizzed up or the braid has separated some. So don't automatically think that what I'm cutting because it looks knotted is just the synthetic hair. Make sure that you're sure that you are cutting the crochet hair or synthetic hair only. And the way that I get past this a little bit is that I don't cut at the knot of the hair. I kind of cut a little bit above it and kind of take the knot loose. And that to me made it easier to make sure that I was not interrupting my hair or cutting my hair in the process. My seventh tip to you is, do not feel like you have to pull all of your edges into your braids or your styling underneath. When I crocheted hair onto my actual braids, I kind of left my edges out because I'm very sensitive to my edges. I don't want them breaking off. I don't want to put a lot of friction or tension on them. So it wasn't a big deal to me to get every little strand of hair in the front of my hair into the braid. So you won't see it, so it's not a big deal if you leave it out and let it breathe while it's in this style. Just don't forget to moisturize it. And my eighth and last tip is to make sure that you deep condition before and after applying any type of crochet style into your hair. Deep conditioning before will help protect your hair while in this process, and deep conditioning afterwards will replenish your hair after your hair comes out of this style. Make sure that you are adding moisture, like I said, on a constant and daily basis to your hair, and that you do not forget about it. So those are my points, tips, and tricks to wearing and actually having your hair grow under crochet braiding or crochet styling. Like I said, some of these things are easier to do when it is a wig like this. compared to when the hair is actually crocheted onto your hair. So if you use any of these tips and tricks when you decide to crochet your hair, or if this actually helps you decide to start crocheting, leave a comment below, subscribe and like, and I'll see you later. Bye.